Stop thinking Nvidia is just a GPU company. Seriously. If you believe Intel and AMD dominate the data center CPU market, you haven't been watching Nvidia's roadmap. Here is the counterintuitive truth that every tech investor needs to understand. Nvidia is quietly building a CPU empire that directly threatens x86. Grace to Vera to Rosa. 3 generations, each faster than the last. Vera's Phoronix benchmarks just dropped. The verdict, the most formidable competition to Intel and AMD x86-64 processors ever realized. Now Nvidia has confirmed details about the next generation Rosa CPU. Rigel ARM version 9.2 cores. Larger L2 cache. Same silicon footprint, higher per core performance. Coming in 2028 with Feynman GPUs. Let me break down the entire roadmap. And stay until the end for the 3 secrets that will change how you view the CPU market. I'll admit something, I assumed x86 had the data center CPU market locked up. Intel and AMD. No competition, I thought. Then I saw the Phoronix benchmarks. And I realized, Nvidia's ARM CPUs are a real threat. Today, I'm going to break down Nvidia's entire CPU roadmap. By the end, you will understand why Intel and AMD should be very worried. Stay with me. Let's start with the first generation. Grace CPU launched in 2023. Nvidia's first data center CPU. It had 72 ARM Neoverse V2 cores with LPDDR5X memory and up to 512 GB per second bandwidth. The performance, 2 times the performance per watt of leading x86 servers at launch. The limitation, Grace used licensed ARM cores, not custom-designed ones. The strategy, Grace was a proof of concept. It showed Nvidia could build a competitive CPU, but Vera would show they could lead. Now let me show you the current generation. Vera CPU launched in 2026. It has 88 custom Nvidia Olympus cores, ARM 9.2 compatible. It offers 1.2 TB per second memory bandwidth, up to 2 times traditional x86 CPUs. And it uses less than 30 watts of memory power versus over 100 watts for DDR5. The Phoronix benchmarks. This is the most formidable competition to Intel and AMD x86-64 processors ever realized. Michael Larabelle of Phoronix. Going into this, he didn't really know what to expect, but in the end he was left realizing. The numbers, 1.5 times overall performance advantage versus latest Gen 128-core x86 processor. 1.6 times geometric mean increase over Grace. 2 times faster Linux kernel compilation per core versus 128-core processor. 10% better performance than AMD EPYC 9575F 5.0 GHz high-frequency processor. The verdict, Vera is packing a heavy-hitting punch. The counterintuitive truth, Vera is not just competitive. In some benchmarks, it's leading. And it's only the second generation. Now let me dive deeper into the Phoronix benchmarks. The testing context, for this first public look, the benchmark scope was centered on the agentic workloads Vera was designed for in the modern data center. The results, Vera led the tested CPU field with 1.5 times overall performance advantage versus 128-core x86. It took 20 seconds to compile a default Linux kernel, the fastest result Phoronix has ever measured. And it achieved 90% sustained peak memory bandwidth, the highest percentage of any CPU tested. The memory advantage, Vera offers up to a massive 1.2 TB per second of bandwidth, up to 2 times the peak memory bandwidth compared with traditional CPUs in less than 30 watts of memory power. Michael Larabelle's conclusion, the difference from Grace to Vera was consistently exceeding his expectations. It's packing a heavy-hitting punch with competitiveness to Intel and AMD x86-64 CPUs that he has never seen out of any other ARM or non-x86-64 processors. The counterintuitive truth, Nvidia didn't just build a competitive CPU, they built a benchmark-leading CPU. Now let me show you the future. Rosa CPU is coming in 2028. Named after Rosalind Sussman Yalow, American physicist and Nobel Prize winner. The core, Rigel, NVIDIA's next-generation custom ARM version 9.2 CPU core. Higher per-core performance than Olympus from Vera. Same silicon footprint, more performance without larger die. Key improvements, better instruction delivery, larger L2 cache, more efficient memory handling. The platform, Rosa, will pair with Feynman GPUs in 2028 NVIDIA's next general data center architecture. The counterintuitive truth, NVIDIA's CPU development cycle has shortened from roughly 4 years to roughly 2 years. They're now matching Intel and AMD's cadence. Let me leave you with the 3 secrets that connect everything we just discussed. Secret 1. The custom core, Edge. Grace used licensed ARM cores. Vera and Rosa use NVIDIA's own custom cores. Custom cores mean better optimization and better performance per watt. Nvidia can tune every transistor for AI workloads. Secret 2. The agentic AI focus. Vera and Rosa are designed for agentic AI, autonomous, reasoning AI that needs fast, sequential CPU performance. This is the next phase of AI, not just training models. AI that works. Secret 3. The x86 threat, reality. Vera already beats AMD's top EPYC chip in some benchmarks. Rosa will extend that lead. Intel and AMD have never faced an ARM competitor this strong. And it's only getting stronger. So what should you actually do with this information? If you own Nvidia stock, the CPU roadmap is a long-term growth driver. Vera is shipping now. Rosa is coming in 2028. Nvidia is building a full stack AI platform, GPUs, CPUs, networking. If you own Intel or AMD stock, Nvidia is coming for your market. Vera already beats x86 in some benchmarks. Rosa will extend that lead. The data center CPU market is no longer a duopoly. If you work in data centers, watch for Vera and Rosa deployments. Agentic AI workloads require a different CPU architecture than traditional cloud workloads. NVIDIA's CPUs are optimized for this new paradigm. Here is my question for you. Do you think NVIDIA's custom ARM CPUs will eventually overtake x86 in the data center, or will Intel and AMD fight back? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Like and subscribe if you want more analysis on Nvidia, AI infrastructure, and the companies reshaping the industry. I'll see you in the next video.